So a 2-point game. We've got a Trae Young Gallo screen up top. The Raptors switch this, and Trae gets by his defender anyway. So then it's a matter of collapsing. And when you got two dudes here and somebody's got to come in, three dudes on the perimeter, if the guys relocate well enough, somebody's going to be open. And it happened to be Tony Snell, and that feel when Tony Snell beats you on a buzzer beater. That's got to hurt, man. Tony Snell's a good player. He is infamous for having the like zero everything game, but since he changed teams to I think it was the Bucks or something, he's been like a pretty all right 3-and-D guy. That was an okay closeout, but you know, it's the NBA. Having a good closeout not always going to work out for you. Good vision by Trae to understand where the guy was. That's a high pressure situation, you know. Some guys would panic and, oh, what do I do with the ball right now? But no, Trae, smart enough to just recognize there's a whole bunch of dudes on me. I mean, he could have had Gallo, Herter. Well, Herter was making a play to the basket or something. Yeah, he cut right there. And then recognizing Snell out there, that's smart stuff. After undergoing surgery to remove a small mass in his left kidney, Caris LeVert will make his Pacers debut versus Phoenix. That's beautiful. That's great. And, kind of wild to think what would have happened if that trade never happened. What would have happened with Karras? I don't know. And for the Pacers' sake, they need him because they make the move, and then the guy they get back isn't back, but they lost Oladipo, and they haven't had T.J. Warren, and Aaron Holiday has just been bad this year. So yeah, they need as many guys as they can get right now. Is Bryn Forbes the best shooter you've played with? No, he's not. I am.
I was 1 for 1. That's 100%. What was Bryn? 7 for 7?
Technically 7 for 7, I think, is better than 1 for 1.
Well, there you go. Giannis throws shade at teammate. I should make this the thumbnail. I'm not going to do that, but YouTube in 2021. Marcus Smart makes a basketball play. I recall this one. He was like boxing out Joe Harris, but then Joe Harris was boxing him out. It quickly became whatever this is. As a big fan of Marcus Smart, I will acknowledge sometimes he does some weird crap out there, okay? And is it probably going a little too far? Yes, because what the hell is this? Anyway, Spike Lee not happy about the Patrick Ewing incident, not blaming this on Dolan. Something wrong in Madison Square Garden. Imagine if Derek Jeter stopped entering Yankee Stadium. That was weird. I mean, you'd think a security guard would just know who Patrick Ewing is anyway. An impassioned Steph Curry tries to pump up his teammates. I think it was Dragonfly Jones who tweeted, this is like big, overwhelmed substitute teacher energy from Steph Curry, which reminds me of my math teacher who was not a substitute, but back in, I think, my sophomore year, every day the class would talk, and the entire time she was like, we're not going to do this all year, as it continued to happen all year. So yeah, shout out to Steph. Pokuševski ices the game for OKC. He just came back from the G League. Poku is very interesting because he's 7 feet tall. Plays more like a 2-guard than a center. Mainly shoots threes. Oh, this was it. I thought he was then going to make a basket on the other end. Or does he? Because now it's... okay, because I thought I saw a 3-pointer. Exactly, there we go. There was a lot of games last night. It was tough to keep track of everything. I'm pretty sure there was a close game happening during this one. I think it was Nets Celtics. My timing could be totally off there, but there was a lot going on. There was a lot of games. And the closeout. That's beautiful. See, that is the Pokuševski that OKC is hoping for. A guy who can protect the basket, make a 3, close out to a shooter. We'll see. He's got to gain weight. He also just has to get better at shooting. His threes, for the most part, have not been that good this season, so we'll see. We'll see. Anthony Edwards on Rubio. He's the best leader I've been around all my life. One other reason for hoping Anthony Edwards is like really good, he's very entertaining. He's a great quote guy. Like almost every interview he has is great. Shannon Sharpe on Blake Griffin. I thought this was KD's moment to lead a team to a championship. Whatever I did, I apologize. Shit, what? It's not Kevin Durant's fault that the Nets signed Blake. Also, it says blame Griffin, which is kind of funny. What's the problem with KD? I mean, Shannon, like, look, I agree with you that LeBron is the dude, but like, LeBron established, joining other guys, which I don't think it's not a problem. Like, go down the list of every. By the way, this Blake Griffin's not even the great player anymore. By the way, but like in terms of great players joining other great players, like go down the list of every all-time NBA guy. They all had a star teammate. Either your front office gets them for you, or you got to go get them yourself. If not, you're Charles Barkley, which still great, but you want to be the 15th best player ever or the fourth. That's the difference. Who knows where KD will end up? The point being is, chill, Shannon. It's not that big of a deal. RJ with a nice hesitation and dunk over Lopez. This was a blowout. I remember that. Wanted to see if the Knicks would put up a fight. RJ remains very interesting to me. Very interesting, because sometimes, you see him pull off these types of moves and the shot creation that he sometimes has with his size and everything. But, then he might have a bad shooting night or might not notice an open teammate or whatever. It's normal second-year player stuff. He's certainly gotten better, and I think he projects to being a really good player for the Knicks. This is a nice play. Doc Rivers asked what he's looking for from Tobias with Ben and Joel out. 50 points would be great. This is like Kawhi saying that Doc and Ty Lue are two different people. Devin Booker, 100th 30-point game at the age of 24. That sounds pretty good. He also has one 70-point game. Was it 70 points? I believe it was, right? Matisse Thybulle gets the steal and takes it coast to coast for his 5th steal of the first half. I feel like Thybulle is quietly one of the more important players for the rest of the NBA season. I might do a video on that sort of thing, like underrated important players. I don't totally know how I would title it, but Thybulle could be one of those guys, because specifically you think about against the Nets, right? It's like, well, you could put Ben on KD or Harden and hope for the best. Got Joel protecting the paint. And what if Thybulle is really good? Like, what if you could put Thybulle on Kyrie and give him some problems, So, yeah. But for that to happen, Thybulle's got to be a threat on offense. And even if he is making threes, teams are still not going to guard him in the playoffs. Like, he's going to have to really prove it. Shea tonight, 32, 2-6 on 11 for 22 shooting, 9 for 9 from the line. I'm going to flex for a little bit because somebody tweeted this at me. Apparently, like 2 years ago, I made a Shays the Steel of the Draft video. And I was right. So you know what? I'm gonna take the win on that one. As I always say, whenever I congratulate myself, I was not the only one saying this. But even so, I'm sure you could find some negative Shea takes out there. Jake Layman tries to jump with Zion, eats an elbow and a dunk for his efforts. I feel like every time I do one of these, there's a Zion dunk. I do know the Pelicans lost this game. I was not able to watch it. I looked up and it was like a 30-point game already. They missed a whole bunch of threes and free throws. The Wolves made a bunch of threes. But yeah, Jake Layman. Even if it wasn't Zion, like, what is Jake Layman doing jumping? Like, just, come on, man. The only thing you're going to get out of that is this or a foul. So why are you even doing that? Nets defeat the Celtics. Yeah, Kyrie went nuts. It was close late. And then it was like a really bad 2 minutes for the Celtics. Steve Kerr on James Wiseman earning his minutes. This is kind of a weird situation. It's been like brewing a little bit on Twitter, where Steve Kerr is perhaps putting James Wiseman in the doghouse a little too much. We'll have to see where that goes. I mean, we saw something earlier with James Borrego and LaMelo, and it's been totally fine, so we'll see. Phoenix Suns 17-3 over their last 20. Devin Booker, really good numbers. Yeah, Phoenix is good, man. They're really good, no doubt about it. And they had Booker in some off-ball action against the Blazers in the fourth. Booker also hit like one three when they didn't step up on the screen, but they're just, the chemistry that Phoenix is showing is so good right now. And they really have been a bit of like a Utah-esque team with their chemistry. Incredible 39-second sequence of ineptitude between the Pistons and Hornets. Let's check this out. I have not seen whatever this is. We got DeLon Wright, defended by Rozier. Now we got Plumlee up top, defended by Biyombo. We got a little off-ball thing with Saddiq Bey. They switch. The ball's been lost. We've got Mason Plumlee and Biyombo going at it. And was that Sekou Doumbouya? I believe it was. Now we have, it's complete chaos. I don't even know what's happening anymore. We got Bridges who gets blocked by, I think that was Plumlee. It's all happening so fast, I can't really focus. We've got Svi up here, DeLon right. Could have thrown it to Mason. We got Makai Luke for 3. That barely touched the rim, looking like me in high school. I'm surprised there hasn't been a foul at this point. Is LaMelo going to bail us out? Block, charge, anything? Just out of bounds? All right, great. All that will not show up in the stat sheet, but we will remember it.